looks like God died for me.
So, on the last episode, we were talking about the importance of acting like the Romans the moment you step into Rome. You get what I'm saying? No matter your color, no matter your creed, no matter your race, and most especially no matter the country where you come from. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to enforce that, well, that's not how we do things in our country. And you're going to bring that to another country, yeah, don't be surprised when you get exposed for the idiot that you are. And that's the perfect case with this girl named Tyla. Yeah, I did speak about Tyla on the last episode. And yeah, it's a few individuals in the comments, just raging and, just trying to offer backlash and stuff. They were saying stuff like this. Funny how someone will send a message talking about y'all haven't done nothing for yourselves rather than hip hop and Hollywood and all this and that. We all know that these responses are just based off of just dumb ignorance, failure to do research about anyone or anything before talking, you know? Understanding that this is not only an us versus them type thing. I remember back in 2018, around 2018, these individuals literally bombed an entire building full of Nigerians in there. You see? Out of hate, out of spite, out of jealousy. I understand that Nigerians have their own issues and this and that. We get that. But who are you, South Africa, to be pointing self-righteous fingers towards others like you're better than them? They don't even only have an issue with just Black Americans, but they have issues with everybody else, including their own neighboring Africans as well. How you finna act all tough and gangster and hood and all that towards blacks from other parts of Africa, but y'all are too cowardly to face the whites who have been running y'all's country from day one? It's so bad that there's even a spot called Orania in South Africa, a spot whereby blacks cannot live there. Imagine a place in Africa where blacks are banned in your own country. Y'all are a disgrace. You think I'm making all of this stuff up? Nah, this beef is true. It ain't no conspiracy. Check this out.
So the problem is this. Zimbabweans are very educated, okay? The Zimbabwean education system is still very strong, regardless of the economic problems in Zimbabwe. So a lot of Zimbabweans, when they go to South Africa, if they are educated, if they have a high school education or a college education or a university education, they qualify for reasonable, dignified employment prospects.
Wonderful.
Right? So you have Zimbabweans who are working in finance, in banking, in mining, in the civil service, in teaching and so forth, teaching nurses, doctors, in healthcare, and many other, sectors of the South African economy.
That's right.
And these Zimbabweans actually occupy very influential positions.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. So that creates a lot of jealousy amongst South Africans, amongst black South Africans, that these people who left a country which is experiencing severe economic deterioration can come here, they can cross the border, come here, and within a fairly short period of time have a very good life here.
Yeah.
Whilst we've been here for generations and we have very miserable lives. Okay? So that's a source of extreme jealousy amongst blacks, amongst black South Africans. They hate it to see a black immigrant migrating to South Africa, getting a job in South Africa, and doing well in South Africa, whilst they have been there for centuries without taking those economic opportunities.
Everybody's the enemy. I knew I wasn't tripping. Everybody is the enemy. Yeah, until the entire world unites in a cohesive unit and forms an alliance against y'all. What you gonna do then?
2 Nigerian citizens had been killed by South African thugs in Germiston in South Africa. Yet again in 2024, the Nigerian Union of South Africa had identified these dead men as Mr. Olawa and Mr. Ite. Apparently, before these 2 dead, there have been 5 other Nigerians killed in the last month in Germiston, still in South Africa. And 2 other Nigerians sustained life-threatening injury from gunshot in the same city, Germiston in South Africa. The Nigerian Union of South Africa had said these recent attacks have heightened the fear among Nigerian communities in the city, obviously. Apparently, some groups of South African thugs attacked a Nigerian citizen who ran into a shopping complex, and the man ran into Mr. Ite's shop to seek refuge from these South African thugs that were after him. And before you knew it, other Nigerians that were around quickly ran to his aid to protect him. They managed to back off these thugs that were after him, and according to eyewitnesses that were around, this man sustained severe life-threatening injuries to the head. He'd been stabbed, he'd been, you name it, beaten badly. And Mr. Ite, being a Nigerian citizen himself, thought the best thing he could do for this man is to assist him to the hospital, which he did. He accompanied this man to the hospital where this man was given the right treatment. And later in the day, Mr. Ite returned back to his shop to lock up, unknowing to him that this group of South African thugs that came earlier, that tried to attack that man earlier, had regrouped. They've come back in a larger number this time. As Mr. Ite was approaching his shop, they identified him as one of the men that stopped them from getting through to the man earlier. And what did they do? They approached Mr. Ite and fatally shot him dead on the spot. South African again in 2024. Now let's move on to the next story of Mr. Olawa. Apparently Mr. Olawa fell victim again to the same group of South African thugs in the same city, Germiston in South Africa. Now this group of thugs goes around to demand illegal levies, and if you don't pay, they seize your shop, they close your shop, they lock your shop up. Mr. Olawa happened to understand the system. He paid the money to another set of group of thugs, and the next day a different set of thugs approached him to demand for the levy. Mr. Olawa quietly explained to them that he has paid a different set of thugs that came a day earlier. But these ones that control the area were not happy with him because they accused him of supporting rival gangs against the ones that control the area. They accused Mr. Olawa of breaking the order by paying money to outside thugs. And before you know it, this led to a bit of altercation. It escalated really quickly. And before anybody could even get involved or try to settle it, this group of men, this group of South African thugs brought out guns and shot Mr. Olawa dead on the spot. Again, in South Africa, in the same city that I've seen nearly 10 to 11 Nigerians being killed or attacked in 2024. Now, is this not what we've been talking about? Is this not what we've been saying, that we need to unite Africa? We need to make Africa one. Africa needs to speak in one voice. Africa needs to represent the African continent in one volume. What is going on, South African people? If you're a South African and you're watching this, I want you to come and explain what is going on. Why have South Africans refused to learn? Why have South Africans continued to see themselves above other African nationals?
It's because of the whole superiority complex. The delusional, meaningless, and quite frankly, stupid and idiotic superiority complex that possesses a lot of them. Really. What have they done for the world? Really. They have not done anything that's meaningful to the world, but here they are, opening their mouths and stuff like that. Yeah. All they know how to do is incite meaningless violence. Things like this.
Whether you like it or not, you are going to go. Nigerians, will you please go to Nigeria? Zimbabweans, will you please go to Zimbabwe? Maputo must go to Maputoans. We are hurtful in our South Africa. Our South Africa is rotting because of Nigerians.
A few moments later.
Breaking news, my people. This is for South Africans. Check this out.
Therefore, wish to officially ask all South African businesses, please, journalists, do not edit this. Say it the way I'm saying it, that South Africans henceforth should leave Nigeria with all their businesses. Nigerian students are not joking about it. And we are giving 7 days ultimatum for this action to be carried out.
You know what time it is, bro? You really know what time it is. I said it. You South Africans, you really treat other people like trash in your country. Remember when you started, you said that you are deporting all the illegal foreigners. And right now, it's no longer illegal foreigners who are being deported. You are deporting every foreigner, whether you are legal or illegal. That person has to go back to their country. But you people, you have forgotten that you've got your own families. You've got your own people who are living in other people's countries. The people who have failed to manage the economy of your country, they decided to come out of your country and they try to make it outside of the country. And right now, you are worsening the situation, making it look like it's everybody in Africa wants to come into your country. For what, bro? It's not everyone needs your country. Like, this is what you have started. You have forgotten that you also have got your businesses out all over Africa right now. Now, think about this. What do you think will happen to your economy if all the African countries decide to treat you like the way you are treating them in your country? If we decide to shut down all your companies, all your businesses, what do you think is going to happen to your economy? Remember that we can survive without you, but you cannot survive without us. That's one thing you should know, bro. Look at your country. How many foreign companies from any of the African countries are in your country? Do you think they can't afford to build companies in your country? Bro, wake up. And one thing you should know is that you got no economy. Your economy belongs to Europeans.
It is so bad, right, that even if you do make a positive example using Nigeria, they'll turn their back on you.
You won't believe what Julius Malema said. Watch this.
Nigerians in that entertainment industry, they are not competing with South Africa. They are competing with America. When you see a Nigerian artist, when you see a music video of a Nigerian, you will mistake it for Americans. They are moving. You are busy with machete. People are working on the...
You were so close. You were so close to winning the elections. You couldn't just wait for 2 more months. You couldn't just wait for 2 more months. You're literally siding with people that South Africans are always fighting on social media because they're always coming after our culture, our music, trying to steal things from us. And you, who we supposedly trusted, you're siding with them. It's over. It's over. You can forget about the elections. You can forget about us voting for you. You can forget about me voting for you. I don't know about you guys, but he clearly doesn't like us. One thing Julius Malema always preaches African unity, and it seems as if like he prioritized them over us. So he lost my vote. I'm sorry.
What does that remind you of? Let's go back. Remember this picture right here? Chris Brown is an American, just like me, right? Cool. So could somebody please explain this? Because they have a lot of nonsense to talk about us Americans, most especially Black Americans, right? Calling us names, this and that and the third. We ain't got this and that like that. Last cornball talking about I ain't got nothing but hip hop and Hollywood nonsense and stuff like that. Yeah, it's all talk. But can somebody please explain this?
Dear South Africans, what you all did to Burna Boy is so sad. Like, it's so terrible. So you guys complained that Burna Boy's ticket was too expensive and that December was a busy moment and all kinds of excuses. It was only 1,200 people that bought Burna Boy ticket, and most of them were Nigerians living in South Africa. So Burna Boy had no option but to cancel the show. But meanwhile, Chris Brown ticket was far more expensive than Burna Boy. And in less than 2 hours, the whole ticket was purchased. A capacity of over 90,000 was bought under the duration of 2 hours. People traveled all the way from Namibia, from Tanzania, from Zimbabwe, everywhere. See the massive support. Like, imagine what Burna Boy will be feeling by now. Like, this is so sad. Like, you all guys did this thing to the African giant, Burna Boy himself. Oh, this is so sad. Can you guys tell me the reason behind this? Because I can't see why you guys make excuse to show the same love to Burna Boy. Meanwhile, Chris Brown came in and you guys, we are all there, irrespective of how expensive the ticket was, and you guys bought it and showed massive love. But to Burna Boy, you guys said no, you waved it off like it was nothing.
And it dawned on me. The conclusion of the entire matter is really that.
Y'all, this whole diaspora war is so funny, y'all. That gave me a special interest, obviously, in this whole, them showing their ass to Black Americans the way that they did. And this is the thing, y'all. They jealous. They jealous. They jealous of us, like everybody else. Yo, we this little minority over here, y'all, and we set the standard. Globally, y'all. Globally, we set the standard. Everybody want to be like us. That's what everything that we did with boils down to, y'all. Everybody want to be us, y'all. They don't want to give us credit. Even them trying to say this whole, we don't have no culture. Well, what the fuck everybody copying then if we don't have no culture? Why am I copying? Why am I duplicated everywhere? Why are we duplicated everywhere, y'all? Why they always stealing our shit? Ain't nobody original, because the original, if you ain't seeing the black person, you ain't seeing the original. Because all they do is steal. But these South Americans, y'all, these South Africans, y'all, they just jealous, y'all. And they think they punching down. Now, how they think they punching down, y'all, when their annual salaries, the average annual salary, y'all, equates to about $7,000, y'all. They in poverty like a motherfucker. Y'all, they mad at me, and guess what? The white people gonna treat me 10 times better. The white people gonna be serving me some shit they ain't never had. They jealous. That's another reason they jealous. That's a fucking number. They jealous. And jealousy without some sense, a little bit of common sense, it's going to make you look stupid. Because, you people can be jealous. You can be jealous and not make an ass of yourself. But when you jealous and you stupid, y'all, they poor, y'all. 30-something% unemployment. 60-something% in poverty, y'all. Over there in that beautiful land that they can't even really take part in. And they watching everything happening around them, y'all. And, people want to hit down. Now, why the fuck they think they hitting down over here? I don't know. You bitches need to be hitting down at each other. Because we ain't underneath for y'all. Y'all stupid as shit. Y'all the majority over there getting your ass whipped by the white man. We are never. But that's what it is, y'all. Y'all just jealous. I actually feel sorry for y'all. But y'all just going to have to work on yourself and learn to direct your anger to the colonizers who stealing from y'all.
No lies told. No lies told. You see, it's better to build bridges than to burn them, because you never know. And yeah, going back to the Tyla situation, yeah, and her fans, yeah, y'all need to get some act right. Yeah, don't bring none of that shakalaka around here. Keep that, or you gonna get fed some knuckle sandwiches. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. United States, #1. America is the best.